I think for a lot of you guys, you would say that episode 3 was one of your favorites. There was a lot that happened here that really pushed the story forward and made it something that I felt like was better than just, your average visual novel, right? So we had the big reveal of Yoichi's true identity right here. That was something I was really looking forward to and I got very excited about. We had some lewd scenes with Haruka. I know you guys probably enjoyed those. We met Iris, who we had kind of heard about, but I don't think we had ever met before. Then we had Iris's deception, where she kind of tricked us into getting rid of Yoichi and Renya. That was a big deal. We got to later see Haruka's true power, and we got a pretty good ending, I would say. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot to like about Haruka's route in episode 3. So I kind of want to see now, how is Haruka going to get her alternative ending? What are we going to change in this, and how are we going to make her and Kakeru's lives better? So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so we're going back to May 7th.
俺ならこき使ってもいいってか
Of course.
頼むよ。はるかを一人にしたくない。
冗談だよ。
あ？
無一文じゃ電車乗れねえだろ。
I mean, you could probably sneak on.
ああ、そうだった。
どうも。んじゃ行こうぜ。
はい、多分1時間か2時間くらいで戻ってきます。
了解です。
勝手に今日も泊まるつもりでいたんですが。
Oh, you want to stay the night, huh, Haruka? Well, thankfully there's no H scenes in this, because I remember, I believe it was Haruka's route where I first installed some of those patches, and yeah, I caught a glimpse of some of her H scenes. Wow, they were pretty lewd. I don't even know what Miyako's or Sora's look like, but Haruka's were pretty lewd, even comparatively to
俺も
Noah's.
そのつもりですよ。
I was like, wow, okay.
よかった。じゃあ後で。
待ってます。
イチャついてねえでさっさとしろよ。電車来んぞ。
I don't know. Haruka was definitely someone I liked so much better after I got to finally get to know her. Cause she just kind of talked really slow before, and I don't know, she wasn't really a character I vibed with maybe in the first 2 episodes as much. And I feel like once I got to hers, we just got to see a different side of her, and it was nice because we got, Haruka, and then we got to see Empress, right? Like you got to kind of differentiate the two. There was a lot of good moments between them. I really liked it.
はい。じゃあ。
Haruka turns around to follow Ghost. I wait until their figures disappear inside the station before heading back home myself.
Hmm?
It happens not long after I reach home. I'm wondering whether Haruka has gotten back safely when my phone starts ringing. I take it out and see what's from. It's Haruka.
はい。どうしました？
Voice sounds extremely panicked. I jump to my feet and grip my phone tightly.
大丈夫だった。よかった。
え、大丈夫？
だってそっか、まだ記憶？
記憶？
Wait, so she got her memories before us? What?
ごめんなさい。私別の枝の話で、かけるさんのことすごく心配で、だから電話かけちゃって、すみません。先走りました。
いや、大丈夫。わかりますよ、俺は。
実は電車乗ってなくて、もう駅出ちゃってて。
That's interesting. We weren't together when the memories were installed. I feel like some of the other ones we played so far, that was the
この
case.
まま戻ってもいいですか？
Also, I apologize. I realized my camera's down here and it's kind of blocking her. I could probably move that. I've had that for the other games I've been playing. There we go. We'll do that. Is that better?
はい。待ってます。
じゃあ、すぐ着きま。
Alright, we'll see in a second, Haruka. Maybe she's in too much of a panic when she hangs up before she finishes her sentence. If she's still at the station, then I suspected it'll take a little longer than a second to get her, but she's probably really hustling. She's just running. She's going for it.
ただいまです。
Welcome back, Haruka. She comes back, sweat dripping from her forehead and her shoulders moving up and down from heavy breathing. Lena stands behind her, having an exasperated sigh. However, she knows about Haruka and my feelings, so she's not going to poke fun at Haruka.
戻ってきた私が言うのおかしいかもですけど。
はい。
おかえりなさい。
ただいま。
Haruka runs over to me and I firmly catch her in my arms. Memories of different branches that aren't now. I got all of them past me. Well, not all of them, but I have a distinct feeling like I've come back from an extraordinary trip. And the person I love the most has been waiting for my return. I feel like Haruka and Kakeru probably had some of the most like intense romance. I feel like some of the other ones were more like just kind of wholesome. I feel like theirs was very like let's be together and let's really well, I don't want to say it was just entirely lewd, but like I feel like physically their feelings are a little bit stronger. Let's go with that. I don't know. Maybe I sympathize with their relationship the most out of all the girls. Even though the other romances were all great too. Like, don't get me wrong. I just feel like there was something different about Haruka's. It's a joyous event.
よかった。かけるさん、ちゃんとここにいる。
ずっと。
Oh, I'm sorry. I cut that off. I gently pat Haruka's head. I feel eyes upon me. Lena looks at us smirking.
どうぞ俺のことはお気にせず。てかさっさと消せ。
Alright, you're gone.
お母さんに会ってないから、スーコちゃんイベントなくなっちゃった。
いや、どうでもいいだろう。なくていいわ、んなの。
ああ。先のことも知ってるんですね。
はい。少しだけ記憶もらいました。だからちょっとだけならわかります。ちゃんともらった記憶通りに行動した方がいいのかなって思ったんですが、でも心配で我慢できなくて戻ってきちゃいました。
スーコじゃなくてレナな。もう間違えんなよ。
Yeah, don't screw it up.
はい、覚えておきます。
お前も分かってるんだろ。
お前の記憶やら意識やらとリンクしてるからな。ま、知らねえふりすることもあるけど。もういいだろ。あとは俺抜きでやれよ。
そうする。
Wow, okay, he's acknowledging that he's gonna do his thing. Okay, okay. The withdrawal goes, leaving the two of us alone. We're wrapped in silence.
もう少しだけこうしてでもいいですか？
はい。俺もこうしていたいです。
Maybe I could say that theirs was the most physically romantic. Okay, how about that? We'll go with that. I feel like, I didn't really see Miyako's H scenes, so I wouldn't know. But I feel like theirs was more of a wholesome romance. Sora, I don't know how theirs went, but I've heard it's more comedic, so we'll go with that. I think this was the physically romantic one, and I would say Kakeru and Noah. I think theirs was the most romantic in the sense that they had so much going on. There was a lot that kind of brought them together, and I feel like they kind of clung to each other, right? The circumstances were really different because Kakeru was just using his power, to change things here and there, but we were using our power, I should say. So I feel like their romance came out of a necessity, like they needed someone to cling to. They both had so much going on and a lot of weakness that they were showing. So yeah, I'll go with that. I mean, I'm sure some of y'all would maybe disagree, but that's just my impression off the top of my head. We'd been together the whole time up until a few moments ago, but this feels like a long time in the making. We don't exchange words, we simply take in each other's warmth. Wow, they're skipping over that, huh? I wonder if they originally intended to put 8 scenes in this and then just ended up cutting them. Kind of strange to me. A few hours have passed. Normally, Komodo would have gone berserk, and I would have gone a little nuts. Yoichi and Iris would make contact again, etc., etc. With Iris defeated, things go by with nothing transpiring. Yoichi gave Sophie his artifacts and disappeared. The threat is gone. However, there's still things we must do. Oh no, what is it? We're going back to the... We're skipping back to this. Okay, I like this a lot.
俺もです。こういう場不慣れなんで緊張しますね。
Not to take away from the moment, but I think Haruka right here is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I think this is one of my favorites. Favorite CGs probably in the entire game. I really like it. Like, I like the whole princess, almost bride kind of look that they went for. It was really nice. I really appreciated this CG. I think that's part of what kind of sealed the route for me. I was like, wow, this is a great ending. I nervously scanned the party grounds of Haruka. We had Kujo pull all the strings in order to sneak into this party. Yeah, and this was interesting because we actually saw Kujo use kind of her influence and things like that to get us into a party, which we kind of talked about when we just did hers. Kind of interesting. Of course, we're not here because we wanted to get a taste of what it felt like to be a rich socialite. Out comes Yuki's voice from our mini headsets. Is this connected? Are we kind of doing the same thing, but in different routes? Interesting. Quickly turning our attention to the entranceway. Because this was about a person that had an artifact, too, that was using it to influence business dealings, right? Like, isn't that, like, the same thing? We're just doing it with Haruka instead of Miyako now. And then there's Sora. We're like spies. This is totally the vibe.
大丈夫。見えてる。
I can actually keep the target in my sights. The female student CEO has been the talk of the town lately. Yeah, I think it's the same person. Interesting. So we're getting it from kind of like 2 different branches, 2 different perspectives. I mean, of course, Miyako's helping us right now too, but it's more of us and Haruka than us and Miyako. We're already determined that she's a user and that she's abusing her powers. This time around as well.
力を使ったな。なるほど。接触型か。
Redya's here too. Let's go. I wonder if this time around as well is supposed to be like kind of referring to what I've been talking about, how that's we've been kind of doing this in 2 different branches, but a little bit differently. We have Takamine helping us out as well, which yes. Anytime Redya shows up now, I'm like so happy. Our squad is perfect. They'll retrieve the artifact for sure.
触れた人間を魅了するといったところか。そうやって事業を拡大したわけだな。
はるか先輩の介護官的な
It's similar, for sure.
継続するなら単純な比較はできないかもですが、優位に立てるなら交渉はしやすそうです。
Ah, so hers is a continuous effect. I mean, is that continuous as if as long as she's touching them, or can that be like she touches them, influences them, and that influence stays? Because I feel like that'd be pretty strong.
この先のことは新見くんにもわからないんだよね。
ああ。彼女はユーザーであることは知ってるけど、どういう風に回収したかまでは知らない。
また力を使ったな。まったく躊躇がない。素直に AF を手放すとは思えん。
Redya, is AF supposed to be artifact?
正攻法が君たちのポリシーであることは承知しているが、あまりにもリスキーだな。彼女は我々と同年代でありながら、権力者との強いコネクションを持っている。
Yeah, it seems that way.
いくら我々に異能力があろうと、権力には勝てん。衝突は避けるべきだと思うが、どうかな。
I still think it's weird that clout is like an actual word people use nowadays. I felt like that was one of those like kind of rap slangs, and then it just kind of stuck around. Clout is like now a word.
聞きましょうか。
我が闇ガラスで彼女の意識を断つ。その間に霊薬を打つ。
Wonder drug.
それがいいかもな。 今後のことを考えると。
でもノアちゃんは納得できないんじゃ。そうね、受け入れがたいけれど納得はできる。確かに揉める可能性が高い上に私たちを簡単に潰せてしまう相手に正体を明かすべきではない。
Yeah, I could see her using some of her influence outside of her artifact too to maybe get back at us.
私のこだわりのせいでみんなを危険にさらすわけにはいかない。正義なすために邪道を行く。
I like how everyone's just talking on like a like an earpiece.
心得た。では私に任せてもらおう。
チャンスだ。ターゲットが会場を出た。
追いますか？あ、すでに尾行してます。私も一緒にいます。今は一人みたい。
Sorry, real quick side tangent. I don't know, does Sora have the same voice actress as Nanachi from Made in Abyss? I don't know, this line right here just kind of sounded similar.
すでに尾行してます。
It kind of sounds like Nanachi, except she's putting a little bit less of a character on, you know? Because Nanachi has a very distinct voice.
後期ね。ではミッション開始。
了解した。
はるかたちも距離を取りつつ尾行して。
Alright, we're in
わか
pursuit.
った。
了解です。おっと、待った。一人じゃなくなった。ボディーガード的な人が。あ、さっきの作戦、今は無理かも。何かあったんですか？多分行き先。やっぱりお手洗いです。
Oh no, not the restroom. Dang it, we can't get her now.
何？
ボディーガードは
男の人2人、トイレの入り口に立ってる。
ある意味チャンスだけど。
さすがに無理だぞ。女子トイレには入れん。
入り口の2人をお願い。彼女は私が。大丈夫ですか？
Yeah, I think no will be okay, guys.
力を使う瞬間を私も見た。 G オーダーの発動条件はすでに満たしている。20秒以内にこっちへ来てアンブロシアを私に。
了解。はるか、行こう。
Gosh, I like this. I feel like we're spies. Kind of like Sora said. It's got spy
皆さん
vibes.
お疲れ様でした。
We all clank our glasses and sip our drinks. We change locations to a diner. We haven't recovered the artifact yet. To be more specific, we're waiting for the contract to be annulled. After we injected our target with ambrosia, we carried her to the infirmary, left Sophie to reclaim the artifact, and slipped out of the party grounds immediately. Then we changed into less conspicuous clothes and started a wrap-up party.
やっぱりこういうお店の方が落ち着くな。料理食べた？一応食べましたけど、クラッカーになんか乗ってるやつあんまり美味しくなかった。
I don't know, was it like fish eggs or something?
私緊張して何も。お腹すいた。
俺も。九条は堂々としてたよな。さすが。
うん、私も緊張してたよ。あんな大きなパーティー初めてで。
I don't know. Miyuko's pretty dependable. I know she says she's nervous, but I could imagine her being pretty put together, even in a situation like that.
よかったのか、中座して。コロナグループの代表として参加したのだろう。
あ、大丈夫です。挨拶は済ませてありましたし、最後までいられないとも伝えてあったので。
As expected of Miyuko, she's got that covered.
そういえば危なかったよね、握手してたら。そうだね。ちょうど他の方に声をかけられてなかったら、私も能力かけられちゃってたかも。おそらくコロナグループとのコネクションを作りたかったのでしょうけれど、残念ね。
他の人にかけた能力も解除されるはずだ。大きくした事業、今後はどうなるかな。
問題ないさ。力などなくとも。彼女が本物ならな。
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like she was just using it to get connection. She might not have been able to as easily, but I would imagine she just has a lot of influence to begin with. I mean, if she's a good businesswoman, she should be able to still handle it just fine.
この後失敗したら恨まれそうだし、やっぱ闇討ちしておいてよかったね。
Yeah, I agree. I think it was definitely better with someone with that much power and influence just to avoid getting your face out there.
そうね。本意ではなかったけれど仕方がない。 あとどれくらい残ってるの、アーティファクト。
思ったよりは少ないけど数えるのがめんどくさいくらいはあるな。
全部回収しないとですね。
ですね。まだ扱いに慣れてないんで次までに感覚をつかんでおく。
次は
まあ待て、一仕事終えたばかりなのだ。今は休息を取ろう。
そうですね。あ、料理もちょうど来たよ。
You know, I just realized we're doing. We're having fries with Renya again. Oh, of course we are. The food we order gets set on the table. We check to see if we have all of our orders and then begin eating.
しかし敵対していた君たちとこうして食事することになるとはな。
It is kind of funny, but you know, I'm glad like we kind of got through everything with Renya.
闇ガラスでしたっけ。なんで今まで使ってなかったんです？めっちゃ便利そう。
手に入れたのはつい最近でね。しかるべき時を待っていたのだが白状すると待ちすぎた。まったく奥の手を見せる前に戦線離脱とはな。
Renya's disappointed. He's like, I could have done more.
それ言ったら私らなんて大半寝てましたからね。はい、ごめんなさい。
That is true. That is true. They could not stay awake during the fight.
いつも謝る必要ないってフォローを入れてくれる結城先輩が黙々と食べていらっしゃる。
I mean, do you blame her? She's probably hungry.
謝ることで気が済むならそれでもいいと思って。それに話に夢中になってしまうと料理が冷める。
Yeah, I'm someone that usually like gets my food when I'm eating out with friends, and I'm like, I just sit there eating. And, like I'll talk more when I'm done eating, but if I'm like really hungry, I'll just sit there eating because I'm like, nope, don't want to be social till I've ate. Kind of like some people in the morning when they're like, oh, don't talk to me till I've had my coffee. I'm like, when I go out to eat, like, don't talk to me till I have some food in me, you know?
確かにさっさと食べちゃおう。
みんな疲れてるだろうし早めに解散しよう。回収が済んだら連絡する。多分ソフィー俺んとこ来るだろうし。
はい、お願いします。
Yeah, I think they did a good job. So I think they should relax, rest a little bit, and then come back together again when they're at full spirit, right?
次のことはまた後日ですね。
一応ソフィーと相談してからですかね。
了解した。飲み物を取ってくれ。新しいブレンドを試さねば。
Test a new blend, like a blend of coffee?
やっぱこういうジャンクな味の方がいいな。うめえ。
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Sora. I'm not one for like fancy food when it comes to parties and things like that. I just want like some simple stuff. My wife's making cupcakes right now. We're going to like a Christmas party tonight. Like, oh, these cupcakes look so good. I'm gonna make sure to steal a few.
でもパーティー会場素敵でした。ドレスも着られたし。
ありがとう九条さん。いろいろと手配してくれて。
Yeah, I know. She looks so good in that dress. I'm like, oh, it's one of my favorite CGs. I mean, I love all the ending CGs. They're all really good. Like, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I think Haruka had some pretty good CGs, especially the one at the hot springs. You know which one I'm
ほ
talking
と
about,
んど
guys.
お
I
母
don't
さ
need
ん
to
がして
explain.
くれたからみんなが喜んでたって伝えておくね。
もう二度とないかもな。あんなとこ行くの。
I'm gonna put this back down here. Is that okay, guys?
ですね。いい経験になりましたけどすごく緊張しました。
みんな見てくれ。この何とも言えない色合いを。そそるじゃないか。
Radio's so excited. It stimulates the senses, huh? I don't know. Is he drinking a soda then? Is he doing like a graveyard where you mix all the sodas together, or was he doing coffee? I have no idea because I don't think coffee would have a bunch of different flavors, excuse me, colors.
安心するな。ザ庶民って感じで。
Wow. Okay, Sora.
庶民というか子供っぽい。
All right, Noah, you win this. You win this one.
すまんが目をつむってくれ。童心を抑えきれなくてな。
Okay. That was a laugh for sure. The thing I liked about Renya though is he was always such a fun character. Like he had these really like chuny, childish moments a lot of the time. And then he also had ones where he was really serious and like kind of showed his dedication to helping Yoichi and being there for him as a friend. Like he had this really good separate dynamic for things. Like he could be fun and then he could be serious, right? He was a character that was appropriate for the times that he was there.
料理大好きみやこ先
He didn't feel out of
マ
character.
ナー
I
違
should
反
say.
にご立腹
She's taking great offense to your bad manners.
そうか。確かにマナー違反だな。配慮が足りていなかった。すまない。
I don't think Miyako actually felt that way. I think that was Sora just talking out of her ass.
いえ逆でそういうことをしたことないからちょっとやってみたいような
Wow, okay. I didn't think that's really how she felt, because Miyako wouldn't be that mean. Miyako, besides when she acted differently when she found out that she had technically killed somebody, I think that was the only time she really acted like maybe a little bit different. But I think Miyako's generally like just a super nice person. That's surprising though that she wants to try it. I'm curious.
ああそっちか
I just remember whenever I would mix a bunch of drinks, and I feel like a lot of people have the same experiences, you would always get a stomach ache.
じゃあやりましょう私もいや二人もやりたかったんかい
どうしたソラ、お前はやらないのか？
Everyone's gonna go do it.
いやお前もかよ何かっこつけてんだよやるよやりますよ
2種類にとどめておけ。多くても3種類だ。それ以上は責任を持て。
Any more than that, and you're on your own.
了解行きましょうあははい
We're going on a mission, guys. We just had a spy mission. Now we're going on a mission to see how much we could wreck our stomachs.
誰が一番美味しいの作るか勝負しましょう
I actually did this at the World of Coke, and I'm talking about Coca-Cola, not something else, in case you're wondering. It's in Atlanta, Georgia, and they have like 100 different flavors of Coca-Cola from around the world. I mean, it's not just Coca-Cola, but like all the brands that they own and things like that. This was years ago, so I don't know if it's changed, but I used to be able to just mix them. And so I would go around and I tried every single one. And then I mixed what I thought were the worst ones. I think the worst ones were like this Italian Coke and then this orange drink from like Africa. I don't know. I did not like those two the most. Those were not my favorites. So I mixed them both and then I chugged it. It was great. Absolutely fun.
お前が一番張り切ってるじゃねえか。
I surprisingly did not get a stomach ache after that day because I had a lot of soda and a lot of different kinds of soda that were really different, to say the least.
私もしたことないのですごくワクワクしてます
Everyone's just so excited to try different drinks. Someone from the outside looking in might perceive this as worthless, but to me, I think it's extremely important. I don't know, this is the kind of stuff you do when you're young. You just kind of do dumb shit, and you have fun with it. You laugh, you have a good time. I mean, this is when you should be, like, branching out, doing some different things, taking some risks, you know, when you're that young. It's like, you can do embarrassing stuff, and you'll get over it, because you can just write it off as, oh, I was young and I was dumb, right? You know, if anybody really cares. It's like, you really shouldn't care if you did something silly when you were younger. It doesn't matter. This is, like, so... mundane, as Cockroach says, you know, it's not a big deal. Like, go and have some fun, try something new, do something silly. I'm glad they're having a good time. Like, this is what I want. I want everyone to really get together and have a good time. I want to have some more experiences with Haruka, so. June is almost over. We've reclaimed 2 artifacts, the student CEOs, and 1 more in addition. According to Sophie, things are going at a similar pace in the other branches as well. In terms of efficiency, it would be better to pursue different artifacts in each individual branch, but there's something that I realized with this most recent case and the case before that. The size of the readings don't correlate to distance, but to the strength of the power. Accurately speaking, the progression of their stigma erosion, which means the more likely the user is to go berserk, the stronger the reading they emit. The student CEO was abusing her ability, and the second person was mentally unstable. They were both signs of going berserk. I asked Sophie to confirm whether or not I had the right idea, but...
はっきり言うとわからないわね。私自身1000年前に使ったきりだから。
Alright, fair enough, Sophie. It's been a while.
しかもあの頃は好き放題に使うお猿さんが多くて、暴走していないユーザーの方が少なかったくらい。
Yeah, there was probably definitely less consequences for using it. It's not like you're gonna have police officers chasing after you or anything.
反応の強弱について精査している余裕なんてまるでなかった。そう考えると1000年間で随分と分別がついたものね。何も起きていないわけではないけれど、少なくとも混乱は起きていない。
Yeah, no, society has really gotten more stable as we've went.
1000年前は探知しなくとも自然と耳に入ったのよね。今回もそうなると思っていたのだけど、未だアーティファクトの存在すら知られていない。昔の人間は未知の力に畏怖を抱いたけれど、今の人間は関心を示さないみたいね。
I also think, like, since we're in Japan, Japan has a very big society of not standing out. So I feel like people would be, for lack of a better word, considerate. They would be more careful about just revealing a big power like that. Whereas I feel like back then you would have like wanted to show off. You know, you would have been like, "Look how strong I am! Don't mess with me. You know, I have this power," and people would be in fear of that because they wouldn't know anything about that.
まあ、いいわ。話がそれた。私自身熟達しているわけではないから、そのアーティファクトの使い方は教えてあげられない。
Yeah, I feel like Kakuru's just been having to learn in each of these branches we've been going through how to use it.
自力で理解するしかないわね。あなたならさほど時間はかからないでしょ。
Alright, fair enough. That's what she said, at least. I basically just have to gain experience for the time being. Overlap with other branches or not, I'm going to prioritize those stronger readings first since elements of concern persist. Then again, just because I have a plan set, it doesn't mean I can go into action right away. Yeah, it's definitely something we have to build up to. Sitting across the table, Haruka solves problem with his stern expression. We're currently studying for exams together. Any student with exams around the corner doesn't have free time to themselves. Or rather, Haruka's a third year, which means she needs to take exams for college. While the plan is to get full swing starting from summer vacation, Haruka should normally be focusing on studying for her college exams. However, as for the person in question... she's not pressed at all. That maybe doesn't exude confidence, but she's also says that she's not good at studying, but actually the type to do things nice and thoroughly. Now I feel sorry for assuming that she was like me and crammed for an exam. Oh my gosh, she's wearing it. She's wearing it. The oversized shirt. Or the... Actually, that was Noah. This is the undersized shirt. It doesn't fit. Look, this one little button right here is holding a man's hopes and dreams. Was that a short sign? Sits down her pen. She closes her reference book and smiles sweetly. It seems she's ready to move on to reviewing for her exam, except she doesn't. Instead, she makes her way around the table and over to my side. Her eyes squint as she comes closer. Uh-oh, you better be careful, Kakuru. She's wearing that and she's in her more dominant side. Interesting. She whispers alluring into my ear. The palm of her hand is atop my thigh. Whoa. Oh, okay. You can teach me anything, anytime. She caresses my thigh as she breathes in my ear. You don't need to do that, Haruka-san. There's no need for the sexy shtick at all. What do you mean? Kakuru! No! Stop!
どうされました？
なんで人格変えてるんですか？
こちらの私の方が物事を教えるのに向いていますから。
I wonder why. Gets even closer, pushing her breasts against me. I get it. She isn't trying to mess with me. Well, actually, she might be trying to just a little. Yeah, I think a little, but I don't know. She might be trying to do something for you. Maybe help you study a little bit better. Regardless, she's not trying to interrupt my study, I think. She's genuinely trying to help teach me. Trying to teach you about love, my guy. The best thing of all. All of her actions are needlessly sexy. Kakeru, stop being such a little bitch. Are you really complaining right now? Huh? Are you really complaining? Don't come to think of it, given her attire, I assume this is on purpose. She's totally trying to seduce me. She's a natural-born ditz. She probably hasn't planned that far ahead. Well, she's in her Empress side. Their Empress side is very, I don't know, calculating, you know? She knows what she's doing. No, but still, actually I end up in agony each time. Kakeru, you're not a real man. I'm just gonna say it. You're not a real man. I don't know why. If this was in episode 3, you would have been all over this. So what changed? Okay. This happens every time. We've been studying together the past few days, but Haruka innocently allures me every time. Every time I lose, it has to be intentional after all.
自分の勉強しなくていいんすか?
Okay, at least in the past, it sounds like he's given in. Smart man. Okay, you can do both. You can have fun and get some studying done. So don't be like, oh, I hate that she always like tries to seduce me. Like, who are you?
もう終わりましたから。
他の課題やるとか、授業の復習するとか。
課題はもうありませんし、復習も特に必要では。授業ちゃんと聞いていますから。
That's good.
先輩、試験前も余裕なタイプっぽいですね。
だってもったいないじゃありませんか。自由な時間が減ってしまうのは。
Fair enough.
学校ではしっかり勉強しておけば、放課後も縛られることはありませんでしょ。
耳が痛いですね。俺授業ほとんど聞いてないんで。
でもそのおかげで。
I mean, also to be fair, in Kakuru's defense, I mean, his teacher's Miss Satsuki. I would have a hard time paying attention in class too. At least to what she was teaching. I could pay attention to her all day. She blows softly across the back of my neck. Ooh.
教える私と教わるかけるさん。先生と生徒、とてもそそるシチュエーションだと思いませんか?
This is what I was saying earlier, though. I feel like Haruka is the most, like, seductive one of the group, so I feel like they were the most physically compatible. Mainly because Haruka was just very, very kinky.
おかげさまで全然進んでないですね。
Yeah, he's getting all too hot and bothered.
あら、ご褒美がある方がやる気が出ませんか?
Yeah, I think for guys that's a pretty big motivator. Yep.
そもそも今やってるの日本史ですからね。ほぼ暗記するだけですからね。
Yeah, I would imagine it's pretty hard to memorize things when you got your mind elsewhere.
知っていました?強い感情と紐付けることで記憶はより強固になるんですよ。
You know, fair point, Haruka, fair point. Okay, okay.
つまり私にドキドキしてくださるほど暗記もはかどるんです。
本当です。
Yeah, it's science, Kakeru, of course.
さあ、どうでしょう。
She giggles, then she continues to stroke my thigh. Ooh. Yeah, so this is intentional.
今日は絶対ダメですよ。
何がですか?
勉強終わるまでイチャイチャしません。
私もそのつもりですよ。
絶対嘘だ。
I think she very much intended to do both, but, you know, she said this was a reward, right? So, you know, you gotta actually, like, show that you accomplished something first.
まあひどい。少しでもかけるさんのお役に立てればと。
さっきまで信じてましたけど違いますよね。着替えた上に性格まで変えてる時点で確信犯ですよね。
Kakeru, why are you so offended about this, my guy?
間違いですわよ、かけるさん。こういう場合は確信犯ではなく恋。
そうやってごまかそうとするってか認めてるじゃないですか。
Oh, Kakeru, you're so funny, my guy.
退屈なんですもの。
ゲームでもしててください。
私だけ遊ぶわけには。
いやいやいや。
もう邪魔はいたしませんから。
Alright, she places her head on my shoulder. It's already been 2 months since we started dating it. It may seem like I've gotten over my blatant jitters, but that's only because I've been faking it. I'm still not used to spending time alone with her. Whenever a part of her body touches me, my heart goes wild. To be young and in love, where like a simple touch can really like get your heart aflutter. Crazy. I really miss that feeling sometimes, but at the same time, I'm glad I'm like comfortable enough with my wife that we can just like hang out and be civilized. We don't have to be young and in love and all that stuff. I mean, we still are young and we still are in love, but you know what I mean. It's not like every moment you're together, you're just like, oh, I want you, you know? It's good at the start of a relationship, but then when you have to like face reality and work and be adults and raise a child, you know, you can't do that every second of the day. Even now, I can't keep my composure at all, given that I wind up filling the dead air with a trivial topic.
暗記する必要あんのかって思っちゃうんすよね。
日本史嫌いですか？
そういうわけじゃないんですけど、調べればいいよなって。
I mean, to be fair, some of that's true. I think it's still important to like learn stuff because I think it gets your brain going and helps it to like develop in a way that like constantly wants to learn things. So I think that's important because right now we do live in a society where it's like I can literally just, you know, look up whatever on my phone, but it's sometimes nice to just be able to recall that information like off the top of your head. I have a problem doing that because I feel like I just didn't really commit myself to memorizing things enough. But it is kind of funny if you think about it. Like growing up, there's always that like thing about how your teachers are like, "Oh, you're not going to always have a calculator with you." And it's like, yeah, actually, I am. I do have a calculator with me anywhere I go.
そうですね。いつでもどこでもスマホで検索できますし。
Yep, it's absolutely true. Which is nice, but I feel like because I have access to information so readily now, I just have a hard time like literally remembering it when I don't have my cell phone because my brain is so used to, oh, I have a question or something I don't know, I'm just going to use my smartphone instead of like retaining that information.
教養って言うんですかね。あった方がいいのは理解できてるんですけど、話題にできたりするし。
Yeah, I think it's a perfect topic of conversation with those.
でもわからないからこそ話が盛り上がったりもしますね。
Yeah, but I think it's more fun when like people just are talking and they actually know what they're talking about. Like I said, I have a very hard time with that sometimes because I just don't retain the information as well as maybe some other people do.
ですね。はるかは歴史とか得意？
得意というほどでは少々偏っておりますね。ゲームや漫画が教科書代わりですから。
You use games and manga to learn history.
ああ、自然に覚えそう。
弊害もありますよ。本田忠勝はロボットだと勘違いしたり。
Yeah, I feel like that would be a little bit of a mix up there.
織田信長が女の子だと思い込んだり。
そうそう。
Haruka rocks her body a little. A sweet fragrance gently wafts through the air. If I were to be honest, I couldn't care less about studying anymore. I don't want to force this time to come to an end, so I desperately scour my mind for something to
覚え
talk
るコ
about.
ツとかってあります？
ありきたりですが、語呂合わせとか、あとは全体の流れを理解すると覚えやすいですね。
全体の流れですか？
何年の戦争は何がきっかけで発生したのか、どういった人物が活躍したのか。
I'm trying to remember what's that like famous war? It's like the War of 1882 or something. Like when you're asked to like name a war, just name that one.
歴史はつながっていますから、一つ一つ分けて覚えるのではなくて、大きな流れで把握すると記憶に残りやすいです。
That's true. I think the more you like study out something and you have more pieces of it, the easier it is to like actually remember it.
なるほどな。だって教科書ちゃんと読んでれば自然にそうやって覚えるんですよね。
教科書って淡々としていますから、読んでもあまり楽しくありませんわね。
Yeah, and I feel like I'm more of a visual learner too. I feel like a lot of guys are like that, but I don't know. I can read it, but it's hard for me sometimes to imagine it, and I don't know. As I've gotten older, I've kind of moved away more from just straight up reading books to reading things like this, where there's a visual accompanied with it. I feel like I get more out of it and more context for what's actually happening.
そうなんですよね。漫画とかにしてくれた方が絶対覚えやすいんだけどな。
ありますわね。漫画形式の参考書。
あ、そうなんですね。買おうかな。
あとは歴史だと漫画よりも小説の方が充実しているかもしれませんね。
ああ、小説。あんま読まないな。
私もライトノベルくらいしか。 歴史上の人物は大体女体化されていますわね。
I know exactly what they're talking about too. Are they talking about Fate, the Fate series? Like with Astolfo? And, frick. I'm trying to remember, which characters get turned into historical figures. I know there's a few. I don't know anything about the Fate series, really. So, it's not like I can name them.
間違った歴史を覚えてしまう。
犬になっているケースも。
Cases of them turning into dogs.
何それ面白そ
後で教えて差し上げます。勉強が終わったら。
う。やっぱ集中できないな。
あら、私のせいだとおっしゃるんですか？
いや違うはないな。
まあひどい。
だって
悲しいですわ。では試験が終わるまで会わない方が。
Oh no, don't tell Kakeru
い
that.
やそれはちょっと。
かわいいかけるさん。
Kawaii. He's totally playing me. I don't stand a chance against Haruka and her alternate personality. She'd easily fend me off if I tried fighting back, so I'm at her mercy.
ではこうしましょうか。
何かよからぬこと考えてます？
ひどい、違いますわ。ご褒美があればやる気も出るかと思いまして。
Thought you already promised him some rewards.
ご褒美？
はい、ご褒美。私にとってもですが、行きたいところがありますの。
Oh, somewhere you want to go? I wonder where.
また温泉とか？
Ooh, that'd be kind of nice.
いいえ、夏ならではの場所です。ですが、夏休みは忙しくなりますでしょ。
Somewhere indicative of summer. Does she want to go to a festival? Kind of like Miyako?
まあそうですね。アーティファクト回収に本腰入れないと。
となりますと、気兼ねなく2人で過ごせるのは試験明けから夏休み前まででしょうか。
ですね。
では試験が終わったら
終わったら？
海に行きましょう。
Ah, the beach. You know, that makes sense for Haruka to want to go to the beach. The character with the biggest boobs, of course, wants to get into a swimsuit. And we haven't had a beach episode yet, so it was only a matter of time. They couldn't finish out the game without one, of course.
海？
Kakeru's like, yes, the beach. I see. Soka. Alright, let's see the beach. Let's go. This is gonna be interesting. We overcome our oh so arduous exams to finally reach our long-awaited date day. We come aboard the train in high spirits and make it seaside to find.
人いっぱいですね。
Oh, this is pretty. I like this.
予想以上に多い。
We immediately recoil. We had planned things around chilling on a less populated beach to avoid the big crowds when summer vacation started, but it looks like we didn't plan well enough. I mean, look at that water. It's like shiny. Well, actually, I had an inkling back on the train. There were a lot of people on it. I purposely picked a time late in the day, but I have a feeling that we've come during peak hours. Yeah, you gotta go in the morning. Like, if you're gonna go and try not to run into a bunch of people, you gotta go in the morning. Because, like, everybody wants to come midday for some reason.
でもさすがに身動き取れないってほどじゃないですね。
ですね。
I see that's Haruka's tribe quickly wilting. Or her stomach growling. It could have been either. Seems to hate crowds
どうし
after
ます？
all.
海水浴じゃなくてもこの辺ぶらついたりとか。
いいえ、誘ったのは私ですし、人が多いくらいで諦めてたら海水浴なんてできませんし。
それじゃあひとまず。
I don't know, you didn't just put your swimsuit under your clothes? I feel like that's what most normal... Holy shit. Once we finish getting ready, we rent a parasol and sit next to each other on top of our blankets in the sand. We've been nervous and fidgety for a while now. God, I'm embarrassed here. In my swimsuit, I'm practically naked, or to be exact, pretty much just in my underwear. I mean, yeah, but there's context. Though there's absolutely no reason to be ashamed, as the same applies for everyone around us. I'm not used to showing skin in public, so I can't straighten my backbone. Also... Holy... Yeah, I forgot how big her boobs are. I knew they were huge, but, like, holy shit. Haruka, thick. My girlfriend is sitting here in a bold swimsuit. Haruka herself seems to be embarrassed, her cheeks going pink. Which pair of cheeks? Looks extremely seductive. I can't look straight at her, I can't settle down. Nevertheless, we just sit here the entire time and waste our trip to the beach.
しますか
Okay, let's, clearly, the erotic parts aside, like, Haruka has really beautiful hair. I mean, we've kind of seen it here and there, but I really like how long it is. It's, like, ridiculously long.
そうですね。こんなこと言ったら怒られそうですけど、海に来て何をすればいいのか実はよく分かってないです。
You don't know what to do at the beach? I mean, you can go in the water, you can build a sandcastle, you can play some kind of beach game like volleyball, you can throw a frisbee, you can play bocce ball. I mean, there's a good list of things you can do at a beach. I mean, you can just relax, you can read a book, you can suntan. I mean,
ぶっちゃけ俺もあんまり来たことないんですよね。
よく漫画とかだとよく波打ち際で水をかけ合ったりしますよね。
a little cliche, but you can.
ありますね。
私たちそういうことするタイプでもないですよ。
まあそうやってはしゃぐタイプではないですね。
ですよね。どちらかというと静かな場所で二人の時間を楽しみたいというか。
I think one of my favorite things to do while I'm near a beach, obviously I like to spend a lot of time outside and really like enjoy the sound of the ocean and the weather and things like that. But I think probably eating by the beach. Not like on the beach like a picnic, but I like to go to a restaurant that has like a beach view, or maybe is beachside. I think those are some of my favorite things to do. I like eating near water. I think it's just a very nice setting. And especially if you're trying to make it romantic, I think it's really great too.
なんで私こんな陽キャしかいない場所に誘ってしまったんだろう。
やってみますか漫画っぽいこと。
There you go, Kakeru. There you go, being a man.
そうですね。すみません、急に落ち込んで。してみましょう。陽キャっぽいこと。
行きましょう。
Yeah, just don't have a wardrobe malfunction. I feel like that's something that would happen to her. Invigorated, we run towards the ocean's edge. We're about knee-deep in the water before the two of us freeze up, thinking, okay, what do we do now? Now's the time I've got to show her my grit as a man. Yes!
それ
Take that.
お返しです。
やったな。
I think the way to do a scene like this, like in person, is just kind of go out in the water and, like if it's cold, you're like, oh, it's so cold, and you're like just kind of nonchalantly exploring the water, and then you just start splashing them. Just like, oops. Or you just splash them to make them colder. You do something like that.
もうひどいです。
It is kind of funny. They both look like they're almost in underwear. I mean, hers look more like a swimsuit. His just looks like straight up boxers. I think this is even better with the little chibi versions of them than them just going, ha ha ha. Well, that was about as awkward as you could get. We come back silent, not a peep from either of us.
すいません。ノリ悪くて。
俺もなんか
羽目を外したことないからはしゃぎ方がわからない。
I mean, to be fair, I think with what you have going on here, it'd be very hard to run.
思ってましたよね、はるかも。
思ってました。水をかけ合うことにどんな意味があるんだろうって思ってました。
そういうとこですよね。
It's because you guys are too serious. Stop being a bunch of prudes.
ですよね。無心に楽しめないのが陰の証なんでしょうね。
I think you guys are just overthinking this. Just like have fun, like have a conversation, talk about things. You're young. Just enjoy
や
yourselves.
めますか。無理するの。
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Kakeru.
ここで海眺めながら話しましょう。
Yeah, just let it come natural. Just talk about things. Talk about your lives. Talk about how you're doing. Talk about your ambitions, your goals, your dreams. What makes you happy? What worries you in life? You know. Move in a little closer and huddle together. We then stare vacantly at the ocean. I suggested that we chat, but neither of us really talk. The silence is comforting. We sit and listen to the hustle and bustle around us. Haruka utters softly.
正直に言っていいですか？
はい。
私実は海で遊びたかったわけじゃなくて、
Okay, what did you want?
ただ水着を見てほしかっただけです。
You know, that actually doesn't surprise me considering what happened at the hot springs too. It feels like she just kind of wanted to show off. I mean, to be fair, Haruka's probably the girl that has the most to show off, so it makes sense. She wants to kind of flex that, you know? Her sudden confession causes my brain to stop malfunctioning. Or to stop functioning, excuse me. I can only jump a little bit in surprise, but Haruka probably thinks that I'm cringing in disgust. Haruka quickly tries to cover for herself, looking panicked.
水着をというか水着を着たところです。はい。
We get what you mean, Haruka. You don't need to explain it.
なんていうかやっぱり私としては彼氏には自分のこと性的な目で見てほしいというか。
Wow, really? That's what you wanted to do? Well, that wasn't totally obvious.
どうドキドキしてもらうかみたいなこと研究というかなんだろう考えていまして、やっぱり夏だし水着ですよね的な、水着にならないとねみたいなノリではい。これ言わない方がよかった。でもやっぱり好きな人には常にドキドキしてほしいというか。
Her eyes wide and she
びっくり
screams.
した。どうしました？
Is she like realizing what she's saying right now?
大事なこと。
忘れ物とか？
Okay, I already know what it is. They're gonna do the classic, oh, will you rub suntan lotion on me?
はい。
Yep,
忘れてました。
Yep.
オイル。
that's what she forgot.
日焼け止め？
Yep, I knew exactly where this was going because you see this all the time in anime where they're like, oh, can you rub me down or whatever. You know, it's a very like overly sexualized scene.
です。
ああ、買ってきますよ。普段使ってるのとかあれば言ってくれれば。ないかもしれないですけど。
いえ、普段使ってなくて、だから忘れちゃって。
じゃあ適当に買ってきますよ。多分ありますよね。
いいです。も
でも俺はいいですけど、赤くなってヒリヒリしたりとか。
う違うんです。そんなのどうでもいい。かけるさん、オイル塗ってくださいます？
Oh no, of course, of course.
したかっただけなんです。
I like how she went back and forth so quickly. Usually that doesn't happen.
あ
The split personality is really showing here.
海水浴の定番イベントなのに今気がつくなんてやってしまった私のバカ。
買ってきますよ。
いいんです。もう本当に流れでいろいろできればとか思ってましたけど。
Haruka, you know this is a public beach, right? They don't just let you do that kind of stuff here.
思ったより人多いですし、いろいろしてるところ見られたくないですし。
Yeah, that's something maybe you sneak away and maybe like find a changing room you could do something and I don't know, just ideas.
いろいろってどこまでするつもりだったんですか？
行けるところまでです。
Oh, okay, that's bold. For a public beach,
はい。
すみません、興奮しました。
you know, you could always just get a room.
いえ。でも買ってきますよ。
Look at this
日
guy.
焼けしちゃうし。
He's blushing over here. He wants it too.
いいんです。日焼けとか気にしないので。
普段塗らないんですか？
女子力低いのでスキンケアという概念があまり。
That's funny because I feel like either Haruka or Miyako would probably be the most feminine. So
毎年その ままなので普通に日焼けしてます。
ほう。小麦色のはるか。
He's like, oh. He was thinking about it. He's like,
あまり外出ないのでそこまで焼けないんですけど、日焼け跡とかそそるタイプですか？
え、ああ、どうだろう。
Hawker's into it. He knows he is. He's just pretending.
好きなら焼き
Oh,
ますけ
I
れど
don't
も、
know.
こんがり。
Well done, in fact. Okay.
いやー、どうだろう。そこまでかも。
じゃあやめておきます。
はるかは日焼けしてる方が好み？
私は日焼けしてる人に遊んでるってイメージ持つのまさにいいって感じですよね。
ああ、ありますよね、そういうイメージ。
I wonder if we're gonna see a CG of after this where she gets really burnt.
そのままのかけるさんが好きです。
俺もそのままのはるかが好きです。
ありがとうございます。
いいえ。
My own statement makes me feel awkward and clam up. Wow, I really couldn't tell. I don't know. I thought you were such a Chad right there. Wonder if we'll ever be able to say the word love naturally someday. Kind of doubt it. I think it'll always send my heart racing. I want it to make my heart race. I'm sure that Haruka feels the exact same way. Silently peer off in the ocean. My heart is still racing. The slightly fast beating feels comforting. I'm fine with that alone. Words aren't needed. We huddle with our shoulders together and feel each other's warmth. We simply look out over the ocean. The sun goes down. We've already showered and changed back into our regular clothes, but the sunset is so pretty we find it a waste just to leave. We walk on the beach hand in hand as the people start to thin out.
結局泳ぎませんでしたね。
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. You don't really have to go swimming. Sometimes it's nice just to dip your feet in the water.
冬とかに来るのがいいかもですね、俺たち。
In the winter, wouldn't that be really cold?
眺めるだけなら冬でいいですね。
Yeah.
綺麗ですね、夕日。
日が長くなりましたよね。夏になってきたなーって。
ですね。まだまだ明るいです。
夕日が綺麗に対して今の返しは違う気がする。
Interesting. I wonder if he's saying like he was gonna say something like, "Oh, you're prettier" or something, you know?
全然気にしてなかったです。
最近考えちゃうんですよね。もっと気の利いたこと言いたいなとか、どう言ったら喜んでもらえるかなとか。
わかります。特に私、空気読めないことは連発するので。
I don't know. I like their romance though. I think it's kind of goofy, kind of silly. They're both like really. I don't know. They act way too introverted. I think more than they actually are. I think they just kind of they're both embarrassed and shy.
そこが好きですけどね。
ありがとうございます。
今の返しはうまくできた気がする。
ドキッとしました。なんだかすごいな。
I think it's fine to like.
おしゃべりできてるな。
I think it's fine that they can't like say really like intense things all the time. I mean, it's better to have a little bit of a barrier, you know, so you're not just like constantly throwing that kind of stuff out there. I think it makes it more romantic, you know. You have better moments that way.
ちょっと前まで友達もいなかったのに、今は仲間に入れてもらってかけるさんもいて夢みたい。
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, most of the group really didn't have that many friends. I'd say maybe Miyako had the most, and then Sora always says she has friends. We don't really see them, but apparently she does. Haruka definitely didn't have a lot of friends, and no, I don't think had a lot of friends either. So, and then we had Yoichi, who was actually kind of a terrible guy, just a little bit.
数ヶ月で激変しましたね。
はい、いつも妄想の世界にいて、このままずっと一人だろうなってそう思ってたけど、かけるさんとみんなと会えて妄想していたことよりすごいことが起こって
Yeah, you do have some crazy fantasies, that's for sure.
逃げてばかりだった私が勇気を出せるようになって大変なこともあったけどそれも含めて私今が一番
She looks up at me and smiles and squeezes my hand in hers. I also smile and return the squeeze.
このまま幸せな日がずっと続くといいな。もう一人には戻りたくないです。
一人にはしません。絶対に。
I don't know, even though it has a lot of awkward, kind of crazy moments, I really do think I enjoy Haruka and Kakeru's romance probably some of the most out of any of the girls.
私、自分に自信がないから不安になっちゃうんです。ちゃんとできてるかな、大丈夫かなって。何かやらかしちゃったら言ってくださいね。
じゃあ、カレーがまずい時はまずいってちゃんと言います。
Oh no, don't bring up the curry again. Oh boy.
もうあんなの作らないので安心してください。
How about you guys be romantic and make it together? That way Kakeru could stop you from putting weird stuff in there.
ちゃんとお料理覚えないと。
今度なんか作りましょうか、一緒に。
There we go.
俺も
Yes,
覚えたいし。
Kakeru, yes. Yes.
いいですね。一緒に。そうですよね。一人じゃないからいろいろなこと一緒にできるんですね。そっか。一緒に
何でもできますよ。
何でも夢が広がりますね。
何かしたいことはありますか？
何か。
She gonna say something perverted?
ひとまずは
はい。
このままもう少し夕日を眺めたいです。
じゃあもう少し歩きましょうか。
はい。一緒に。
There we go. That's the most romantic thing you can
今
do.
が一番幸せだと思ったけど違ったかも。今よりも明日の方がこれからの方がずっと幸せになっていそうです。
なりましょう。明日も明後日もこれからも先ずっと。
はい、一緒に幸せになりましょうね。
Well, there we go. That was a very romantic ending. I really liked that. I liked, I don't know, they're both just kind of young, and I feel like, you know, like I said, it gets kind of goofy, right? I think it's great that they kind of are just figuring it out together. They're figuring out how to be romantic and how to, um, you know, not just have sex at every turn you can, right? You know, there's more to love than just making love, right? That was a nice scene. I like the beach. It was a good mixture of funny, I would say cringe. I feel like I was wincing a little bit at certain points, but I really do like their romance. I think it's a really good definition of like a young and in love, and you know, you just kind of figuring it out together. You know, you do some weird stuff, you say some weird stuff. You know, you're not really sure how to just act natural sometimes because you're like so nervous and so wanting to impress the other person. I feel like it's a very realistic romance to me in a way, compared to some of the other ones. I think, I don't know, I really like their relationship probably the best out of all of them. I think Noah would be maybe a close second or an equal. I feel like they have maybe the two best. I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I played those two the most recently, you know. But I really liked that one. Haruka's was nice. To make steady progress collecting artifacts, Kakeru and Haruka cultivate their love. They go on a date to the beach where the two swear their eternal love. A world older, it was very sweet. I liked it a lot. So I think we'll end it there, and we're gonna be doing the final one, with Noah. I think that's gonna be a really great ending to Noah's, you know, arc and to the game itself. So next episode will probably be the last one for 9-9, and that's kind of sad for me to say. I really enjoyed this game and enjoyed the characters, I think, the most, and getting to know each one of them. I like them all for different reasons, right? Like, I don't think there's any bad characters in this game. I think they all bring something to the table. Maybe Yoichi's probably my least favorite, just because I kind of guessed that he was some kind of mastermind, and he seemed kind of evil to me, and then he turned out to be kind of a dick. So I could say maybe he's my least, but of the main girls, I like them all. No Sophie route, no Satsuki route. Disappointment, but we'll end it there. Anyways, guys, I shall see you next for Noah's episode, or her finale, and for the finale of new episode. So see you then.